my name's Dan, and this video is one in a short series of videos I am doing about creating user widgets for Unreal. And in this one, I'm going to do a very first example. I'm going to get some very basic stuff shown on the screen. So in the last video, I created a widget. Just to reiterate that, you can right-click. It's the bottom one here, user interface. Widget blueprints. You click on that and you click on user widget and it'll create another one for you. I'm going to click cancel because we're going to use the one that we created in the last video, which I've called Dan Widget. I'm just going to double click that and open up the editor. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put some text on the screen, and it's going to be displayed as a heads-up image. And we're just going to show you a few settings quickly and then how to actually show a widget on the screen. So we're going to use the text, simple text widget here and drag it in. And so what that immediately does is it fills the whole of our screen on our 1280 by 720 screen size. I'm not going to go into changing screen sizes. There are some very good tutorials out there about how to do that. I'm just going to display this text. So as soon as we got this element in, then we get a whole lot of details on the right hand side. Lots and lots of stuff we can dig into here. I'm just going to use some particular ones, obviously. So let's zoom in so it's a bit easier. So the text, I'm actually going to, instead of saying text block, I'm going to say welcome. I'm going to change the color of that text. So I've got up a color picker. I like purple. So I'm going to have a nice deep purple colour. Now, the thing to know about the colour pickers, this always seems to get me, is that I feel like when I'm pulling the slider down here, that looks like it would be almost black. But actually the colour that you're going to see is the one that's on the new colour here. And so as you play about with these sliders, you need to be aware that that's what you're going to actually see. We're just going to pull down a bit because I'm going to make it semi-see-through as well, which is the A setting in a colour. So it stands for alpha. So there we are. We've got it in purple, and I'm just going to make it quite a bit bigger as well. So I'm going to get into the font settings. Now we've only got the Roboto font that's installed here. You can get other fonts. You can make your own fonts, but this is the kind of the standard one that comes in Unreal. So I'm not going to actually change the typeface that's used on the font. But what I'm going to do is just change the size, and we can see that's creeping in over there. Welcome, just a little bit smaller than that. And I'm going to go to, I also don't want it right at the top left, so I'm going to try and remember where the, is it in fonts? Not the shadow offset. Just trying to remember off the top of my head where the stuff is for margin. There we go. Advanced margin. I'm going to do a left-hand margin, and we're going to put in 500. I'm just guessing here. I'll move it a bit down from the top. 100. Let's zoom back out and see how that is. So it's kind of welcome is kind of big and across the top and roughly center on the screen. This would not survive well in changes of resolution, but I'm not trying to be sophisticated. I'm just trying to show you how to get something done. So we're going to compile that, and then we want to be able to get it onto the screen. So let's close the editor down. Possibly the best place, I don't know if it's the only place, but the best place to do this that I know of it is actually in the level blueprints. So we're going to open up the level blueprint, and we're going to use, again, let's zoom in. We're going to use the begin play event. So this happens at the start, when it should start the game running. This event is invoked, and what we need to do is we need to create an instance of that widget blueprint. So the blueprint is a kind of a design for something, and we want to actually create a thing from that design. So it's like having the blueprint's like a recipe, and the actual thing, the instance, is like the cake that you made from the recipe. So what we're going to do is create widgets. And it says create widget. Interestingly, when we select that, it changes the name to construct, but it is create widget. And we need to choose our class, and we call it down widget. So there we go. So that will create the widget. It's still not being shown because what we also need to do is we need to add it to what's called the viewport, which is effectively the screen, or I feel like it's pasting it to just the other side of the glass from where I am. So add to viewport. And I know I make it look like, it's so easy because I have just gone through and checked what all the names of all these nodes are. Finding the actual correct nodes can be a bit of a chore at times, and sometimes you just have to look it up or find the source. So I'm just kind of whizzing through it because I happen to know what it is in my short-term memory. Right, so hopefully that's going to do what we want. Going to compile that. Excuse me. Close that editor down and then press play. And there we have it. Bob's your auntie. And we've got our text on the screen. So that's the first widget, how to get it on the screen, and that's it from me for now.